Hi, good day everyone. My name is Wafi Nuralia with name 152401448. Today I will be presenting a topic that is very important in understanding how computers works. It's software and the operation system. We often use computers every day, but do we truly know what makes them function behind the scene? Let's explore that together. What is software? Software is the set of the program and instruction that tells a computer what to do. It is different from hardware because we cannot touch software. It exists digitally. Without software, the computers won't be just a box of parts. There are three main types of software is the BIOS, the operating system, and application software. Each of these play a special role in making the computers works for us. BIOS or Basic Input Output System. The BIOS stands for Basic Input Output System. It is a very first software that runs when the computer is turned on. It lives on a chip inside the motherboard, not on the hard drive. The job of the BIOS is to make sure the main hardware parts are working properly, like the keyboard, mouse, RAM, and hard drive. After checking this, it finds the operation system and loads it. This whole process is called booting the computer. So we go to booting process. When we press the power button, the BIOS wakes up the system. It performs a quick task of the hardware. This is why we sometimes see message like keyboard detected or hard drive not found. Once everything is working, it looks for the operation system, which is usually stored on the hard disk and loads it into memory. Once the OS takes over, we can start using the computers. That's the complete booting process. So, what is an operating system or OS? The operating system or OS is the most important software on a computer. It manages everything: the hardware, the software, the memory, and the connected device. It creates a platform for user and application to work. Some common example of OS are Microsoft Windows, Linux like Ubuntu, or Mac OS for Apple computers. Next is the function of the operating system. The OS does many jobs. First, it's manage memory. It decides which program use how much RAM. Second, it manages the file stored on the hard drive. Third, it controls input and output device, such as the mouse, keyboard, printer, and speaker. It also handles multitasking, running several applications at once. Without the OS, we would not be able to interact with the computer at all. So we have example of OS text. For example, imagine you're writing a Word document, browsing the internet, and listening to music at the same time. The OS makes all these tasks possible by sharing research between them. It ensures the CPU gives time to each text. That's your time's worth correctly and your music continues to play smoothly. This level of coordination is all handled by all operation system. Next, we have application software. Application software includes programs that help users do specific tasks. For example, word processor like Microsoft Word help us write and edit text. Browsers like Google Chrome help us access the internet. Games are also application software. Their programs are built by developers using programming language and are stored on the hard disk until they open. Interaction between software. In conclusion, software is the brain behind the scenes. It gives life and purpose to computers. The BIOS starts the computers, the operating system manage everything, and applications help us do our daily work. Without software, a computer will just sit there, silent and unusable. Thank you for your attention. Now, let's move on to the second part of our topic, computers hardware. Unlike software, hardware refers to the physical parts of the computer that we can actually touch. Let's explore each part and understand how they work together. First of all, what is hardware? Hardware includes everything physical in the computer, from the CPU and memory chips to the keyboard and monitor. These components are responsible for carrying out of the instruction given by the software. They are like the body of the computer, while the software is in the soul that drives the body. We have Central Processing Unit or CPU. The CPU is often referred as the brain of the computer. It processes all instructions to come from the software and user. It handles all calculation and decisions. Its speed is measured of gigahertz or GHz. The higher the number, the faster the CPU can process instruction. For example, a 3.0 GHz processor can handle 3 billion cycles per second. We have RAM or random access memory. RAM is short-term memory used while the computer is on. It stores data and programs that are actively being used so the CPU can access them quickly. Once the computer is turned off, all data in RAM is lost. That's why it is important to save your work often. RAM size affects how many tasks a computer can handle at the same time. More RAM means better multitasking. We have hard disks or secondary storage. The hard disk is long-term storage. It keeps everything, the operating system, software, and your files like photo, video, and document. Unlike RAM, the data on a hard disk stays safe even when the power is off. The size of a hard disk is usually measured in gigabytes or terabytes. The bigger the disk, the more data it can store. We have a removable storage device that includes CD, DVD, and flash driver, also called pen drives. They allow us to save and move data from one computer to another. They're also useful for creating backups, a second copy for your important work. If something happens to your computer, you still have your data saved on another device. We have input device. Input device let us give instruction to the computer. The keyboard is used for typing, the mouse for clicking and the pointing, the scanners or webcam for capturing image. This device convert our action into signal the computer can understand. We have output device. Output device shows the result of the computer processing. The monitor displays text, image, videos. The printers give me a physical copy of document. Speaker plays on. This device allow us to receive and enjoy the result of the work of the computer. We have a motherboard and parts. The motherboard is the main circuit board of the computer. It connects all the parts together: CPU, RAM, storage, and ports. Ports are connector for external device like USB drives, monitor, and keyboard. Each port has a unique steps and function, and together they make it easy to connect with device to the computer. To summarize, hardware is everything you can see and touch in computer system. Every part has a role, whatever it processing, storing, displaying, or connecting. When all the hardware and software work together, we get a complete function computer. Thank you for listening. Sorry if there is mistake. See you next time.